I'm not defending the undefendable. This man should be deported. He should never be allowed to come back into the United States of America. By the way, that doesn't mean we need to eliminate sanctuary cities. We need to make sure that we secure borders. We need to make sure that we have comprehensive immigration reform.
Then what is a sanctuary city? I don't understand. Okay, but I don't understand. I mean, comprehensive immigration reform, sanctuary cities, these are political terms. How many times do you have to be deported before we say, we're not going to cover for you anymore, we're not going to protect you anymore? What's the number? 3 times, 8 times, 20 times?
There isn't a number. If you're a criminal, no, that's not what I'm saying. You just said that. Maybe that's what you believe. I don't believe that. If you're a criminal and you're an undocumented immigrant, you should not be in this country. You and I agree. You and I agree. How about if you're a homeless meth head, as this guy was? You haven't been convicted of a violent crime, but you're living on the streets smoking meth, and you've got meth-related psychosis, and you've been deported 20 times. Why should we protect a guy like that? He shouldn't come back into the country in the first place.
But why should he have come back on the 18th time and the 19th time?
This is not about protecting him, Tucker. This is about making sure that our borders are secure so he never comes back in the first place.
What are you talking about? Why you could hand him over to the feds and they might lock him up? I don't understand. Like what is your aim here? Okay, why are you covering for a guy like this?
I'm not covering for him. I'm not covering. Let me tell you something. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Don't be silly. Don't be silly.
I'm not being silly. I'm being sincere.
You are being silly. No, well, it doesn't look like it. Look, let me tell you something, Tucker. Policemen are supposed to protect their communities. They're not supposed to be immigration officers, okay? You might not understand that, but they're different things, okay? The federal government is supposed to execute federal law.
So they shouldn't have arrested this guy? Is that what you're saying, like the first 20 times? I don't understand. If they had taken this seriously, if liberals had taken immigration law seriously, this guy wouldn't be accused.
We take him very seriously.
Really? Because if you had, he wouldn't be accused, not you specifically, but if we were like, we're not putting up with this crap.
He shouldn't be allowed
into this country. You keep sneaking back in, we're detaining you.
He shouldn't be allowed into this country. He shouldn't be allowed into this country. Okay. Sanctuary cities are doing good economically. Sanctuary cities are actually safer than non-sanctuary cities. And those are facts. The
hilarious thing about the Democratic Party is you think people are so stupid that you can keep repeating the same talking point even when it's proved wrong. Now, you can say they're doing better economically. We can debate it. I don't have the numbers on that. I know they're not safer because we just had a study on it. So why don't you just, like, bow to superior knowledge on this question and just give up that talking point because it's not true.
You're funny.
No, I'm not even joking. But let me just press you one last question on this final matter. If someone has been deported repeatedly and continues to come back, will you concede that that person has demonstrated he does not respect American law?
Our borders should be secure. If someone gets deported, they should not be allowed to come back into this country.
Okay, but he did. Then why didn't Portland call the feds and say, hey, man, we've got a guy who's been deported 20 times. He clearly doesn't care about our laws. We don't want him in our city. Why don't you guys take him away? Why didn't they do that?
This isn't a police issue.
No, but why wouldn't you call the feds and have them do it? But they didn't because they were protecting him.
How about this? We make our borders safer so they don't come back. Don't try to...
So we need a wall? Is that what you're saying?
No, we need comprehensive immigration reform.
No, but hold on. Well, wait a second. You say you're for securing our borders. Why not just build a big concrete wall with guard towers and dogs? That would prevent people from coming in illegally. Why are you against that?
You know, you're right. Maybe you should go to Mexico, which maybe you haven't. Actually, there's a wall there already. Maybe you didn't know that. Maybe your viewers should know that. There's a wall already in Mexico, okay? So why don't we put a wall with Canada? Come on, that is silly. We don't need a wall. They're smart.
Oh, we don't need a wall. We need to secure the border, but we don't need a wall. You know, you guys are so... Why don't you just say what you really think, which is I don't believe in borders. Anyone who wants to come here should be allowed to because they're going to be our voters. No, because that's what you think. They're going to be our voters.
We're a nation of laws. Nation of immigrants, nation of laws. Two things. Very simple.
I would love to go to the meeting where you guys concoct your talking points. I'd like to say, you know what? Those don't make sense. They're at odds with each other. This is like low IQ stuff.
This is the truth. This is the truth. These aren't talking points.
We'll let our viewers decide. Thanks, Jose, for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Tucker.